Hello, good morning from Hong Kong. I'm Trista from Odoo marketing team. And first of all, I would like to welcome all of you who have signed up to this webinar. And today is the first day of our case study week. So every day of this week, we will have our functional consultants to give a sharing on their successful implementation that they have handled before. And these cases are from various industry, and we hope you can find them helpful. So today, we have Francis with us. So he is one of the team leaders of the functional consulting team, and he will share one of his past work, which is a implementation project for a wine retail in Hong Kong. Yes.
Okay.
So today we will go over all of these things. So first you will learn about Odoo Success Pack and what support can our functional consultant provide with that. And then we will illustrate our helping process by simulating a case we have done. So after our sharing and demo, there will be time left for Q&A session, and it will be a great chance for you to learn about Odoo's capacity for business digitization. So here is the exciting news to start off this webinar. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, Odoo provides a 50% discount on customer success pack for new customer. So in order to help companies to undergo business digitalization with less financial burden. So now we are going to tell you what actually this success pack is. So we can actually implement implement Odoo by yourself, but we recommend you to have Success Pack as an add-on or work with our partner if project complexity is high. So can maybe Francis tell us more about this?
Good morning, everyone, people on YouTube. Okay, I'm Francis, the functional consultant in Odoo. So let me explain a little bit more about the Success Pack. Okay, in the screen you can already see. Okay, in the screen you can already see there's like 4 kind of Success Pack. The first one is basic, the second one is standard, and the third one is custom, and the last one is pro. So let me explain a little bit more about the Success Pack. So what we will do and what we will include in this Success Pack is we help customer to implement their projects. First of all, we will be deducting the hour from this Success Pack in order to assess you in this project implementations. So you can already see here, the Success Pack include like email communication with the functional consultants. They will give you advice on how to set up your system. Also the configuration of your system and data importation as well. And lastly, some customizations and some developments. So you can see for the basic Success Pack is only like 25 hours. So it is recommended for simple apps like example, if you want to purchase Odoo, like subscribe Odoo. For example, you subscribe only the sales or purchase app is really simple. So 25 hours of Success Pack would be enough. If you want more, like the standard Success Pack, which is the 50 hours, we will also help you to do more like data importations and more advanced app. More advanced app referring to something like accounting, which is a little bit complicated, or something like manufacturing. And data importation will help you to do the product importations, contact importations, customer importation, supply importations. And if for the accounting part, we will also help you to import the chart of account, like the journal, things like that. Okay, so for the custom one, like the 100 hours, we will start helping you to do like customizations. For example, customization is like, for example, you want to print out some purchase order, sales order, the PDF. We will help you to customize the PDF like look like the one you are using right now in your company. And maybe you want to add some, for example, you have a product, you will need need more information about the product. We also can use the customizations to help you add the additional information you need on the product itself. So for the Pro one, some people buy the Pro Success Pack because they want to have support after they launch the project. So this 200 hour included like support and also the user training as well. Okay. So in the next slide, we're gonna talk about the implementing Odoo in 4 steps. So we break down everything in 4 simple steps. The first is understanding, aggregation, setup, and go live. So for understanding, first we will have a kickoff call with the customers and understand their company background. And then next we will understand their pain points and requirements. So, and also the existing operation, this will be helping you like how to feed their existing workflow into Odoo systems. Okay, next will be the project timeline. It really depends on the client launch date. Usually we implement one project, it will take around 3 to 4 months, but we really depends on how many apps you subscribe and how many customization you needed to do. So we will follow this project timeline, and also by referring to your project deadline, we'll give you a recommended timeline, or maybe sometime we will break into phases, like we launch the phase 1 first and then we launch the phase 2. It really depends on the app you purchased. The last thing would be the single point of contact. What it means by single point of contact, in Odoo, the functional consultant is the kind of like a project manager, and for your company, in your site, you should also have a project manager to in charge everything, because if one functional consultant talking to 4 different people in your company, it will be very messed up. So we only keep like single point of contact. Okay, for the next, the aggregations. What it means aggregation is we will gather the data and information from your company. Like I just say in the success pack, we will collect your product list, client list, or maybe some chart of account, and after that we massage the data and import to the systems. Okay, the next one will be setting up the system. So the system configurations, data importations, customization, and set up the connection with hardware. So this 4th thing is about the setting up. So in Odoo, there are different like more than 100 kind of settings. So it really depends on your business workflow. For example, you want to have your purchase workflow linked with your sales workflow, or maybe you need some make to order configuration. We can help you to do it in the database. And if you have some hardware like the IoT box or maybe the POS machines, we will also advise you how to connect them together. And lastly, the goal for the go live is the system launch. Before that, we will have internet testing. Sometimes we call it the UAT testing to make sure everything is all right. And before that, we also have a coach and training before the system has been launched. So after the system has been launched, we also have some follow-up support. Like if you encounter any issue, you can just contact your functional consultants.
Yeah, so in another word, Odoo will help you from setting up, and then after setting up, even in launching, we'll make sure your user know how to use our system. So you won't give up on our system easily, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let us share one of the case, like one of my project, which is
Retail business.
Yeah, it's the retail business. They have a restaurant and bar in Hong Kong. So they have 2 stores already, and they're gonna set up one more new store in Hong Kong, and they find out Odoo is really useful for them because they currently do not have any POS system on hand. So they try to get one and set up in their new store. Okay, so for that, so at that time they have a warehouse management system, but it is not really useful for them because actually the warehouse management system is not directly connected to the POS system. So every time they sell something, the inventory level will not reflect on the warehouse management systems, which is a pain point for them. And also they want to have a sales report from the POS systems, which they cannot have it right at that point of time. Okay, so also they also want to customize their receipt. Okay, that's pretty much the background of the case study. And also the single point of contact is just, they will just point out the person to contact with the FC, which is me. Okay.
Yeah, so here we can see if implement Odoo, after that they can have an instant sales report, right?
Yes.
So that will be very helpful in decision making for the restaurant manager and also the wine shop manager, right?
Yeah, in the demo later, I will show you like how to instantly see the sales report like in the POS. Okay. So we'll go through it later.
Okay. So let's go.
So for the data aggregations, this is the step 2. Usually after we understand the client background, their company workflow and their requirements, we will ask them to provide us the data, such as the product list, the customer list, or maybe the receipt they want to customize. So in this picture, you can see some of our clients, they usually have different systems.
Or different third-party apps to...
Okay, yeah, different third-party app and different system. Usually they are not connected together. In my case, they want to set up a POS and they want a warehouse management system which they cannot connect them together. So they look for Odoo because Odoo, they connect, Odoo, the warehouse systems is connected to the POS, so which can help them in their business.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for example, in Odoo, although we are separating into different apps, but actually the apps is like puzzle. You can link them together and put it in a full picture and in our own ecosystem. So it's really useful for business owners to manage their inventory or accounting or CRM in a one single ecosystem. So if you look at this one, you have Excel or you have Slack, and then you have Chimpanzee for mass mailing, and that will be quite inefficient because all your information and data are separate into different apps, and you have to use time to figure it out which one I'm going to use, and that will be really time consuming. So let's see how Odoo can help this customer.
Yep. Okay, in the step 3, we're gonna help, after we collect all the data we need, we're gonna set up the Odoo for them. So we will create one database. Actually, we help them to create 2 databases. One is the testing database, the other one is the production database. So the production database is putting all the real customer data, and the test database is just for the customer to do the testing. For example, I mentioned just now about the UAT testings, things like that. It will all put it in the test database. Once it is confirmed, it will move to the production database. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is the data importation and all the data migrations. So some of the customer, they already have an existing systems. They actually can export their data into Excel and import to the Odoo systems. But some of the customer, they do not have a system on hand. They will just use an Excel or Google Excel to store all the informations. We will provide them a Odoo template to follow our structure in order to import the data into Odoo. Or also, if the customer, they do not have a very high IT skills, we also can help them to refill the data and make them to fill in Odoo. So I can show you how to import, where to import the data. Okay, in this, when you first log into Odoo, you will see some of the app already installed. I already installed before this webinar, so to help you understand better how it works. So Odoo is dividing everything into apps. So you can see we have like inventory, point of sales, invoicing, things like that. If you have more apps, there will be like more icon in here. But basically, in the backend, they are all connected together. So it's the integrated systems. So for the importation, I would go to the point of sales. For example, I go to the product and I go to this import button right here. I click it. And in here, you can see there's an import template for download. Okay, so this importation file is actually a sample for you to try. If you want to try it yourself, you can go to odoo.com and open a new database which is free, and then you go to the product page and download this Excel. And using this Excel, you can import your product into Odoo easily. So the first one is external ID. You have the product name, product type, internal reference, barcode, sales price, sales descriptions, things like that. So if you want to understand more about the product, you actually can go to the product itself. And in here, for example, I have a product called beer. And this is the name of the product. You can see the product type, the barcode is right here, and the internal reference, the sales price actually is linked back to the product importation file. You can see already here, they have the name here. They have the internal reference for you to search your product. And we have the barcode right here, the sales price. So they are all like linked up together. Once you import this file, all the product will appear in this product page. So it's very easy. Okay, so let's go back to the slide. Okay, so the second thing is the payment method. Okay, so we can set up a few payment method in the POS. Because it is a retail store, we accept like cash, credit card, maybe Apple Pay. So we also help them to set up these payment methods. Just that it's easily when they gonna close the store, they want to count like how much revenue they make today. So it will divide them into like credit card. For example, you earn like $1,000 in your credit card, and you earn like $2,000 in your cash. So we use the payment method to divide them and count their revenue. Okay, for the third one, which is the retail shop management. So in here they have like free warehouse, and also we are gonna go through the table management.
I have a question here.
Okay.
So the reason of having 3 warehouses is because they have 3 branches?
Yes, they're free stores.
Okay.
Okay, so they actually one of the requirement is the free warehouse. So they have 3 branches in Hong Kong, and they don't want the store manager to see the sales revenue of the other store. So we need to separate them together. So I create like 3 warehouse. Actually, I create like 3 company for them, which is more preferable for them. I'm going to show you the database. I also created free company here. Okay. So in the company settings, I create like 3 company, and the first one I create is POS bar. The second one is wine shop, and the third one is the shop number 3. I just give them the name. Okay, and then in here there is a drop down menu to select your store just right here. So if I go to one of my POS maybe, you will see this POS session is belong to the POS bar. So the retail shop manager should use POS bar and use these POS sessions.
Okay.
So the other manager in the different store, for example like wine shops, so they will have like different POS sessions.
Okay.
Also for the inventory part, okay, let me show the inventory here. You go to inventory, you go to the reporting, you go to the inventory report. I have already input some of the quantity on hand. So we have beer, chicken wings, chips, and wine. So in this wine shop, we have like 795 beer in stock. If I change to the POS bar, in here the quantity is 92, which means they're using different warehouse. So different warehouse, they manage their own warehouse. In this case, they can manage their warehouse easily by just clicking this drop down menu, changing the company to see the quantity on hand, which is really helpful for them. And also, let's go back to the POS. Okay, POS bar. POS, the POS app. Okay, in the PowerPoint slide, we talk about the table management. So for this case, our clients, they have a bar. Actually, they have a few tables in the bar, so they want to do something like a half restaurant and half retail store. So for the table management, we can set up. You can click on these pencil buttons and moving this table around. So it acts like we have 3 tables in your store. So it's like table 1, table 2, table 3. This table used to serve the customers, and I also create one table called the counter, which is the customer is for the retail for the retail sales. So people just go inside your bar or restaurant. They're gonna take a bottle of red wine and go to the counter and pay and go away. So they would click on here to do the POS. For people they want to sit in, they would do it like here, like table 1, table 2, table 3. I'm gonna show it later in the demo. So yeah, so let's go back to the PowerPoint first. Okay, I can keep my sessions. Okay.
Do you want to answer a question?
Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
Tama asking why we have to create 3 companies. Couldn't we just create one company with 3 sessions each available for one store and can't be accessed by other shop manager? Is it possible in Odoo?
Yeah, it is possible for Odoo, but actually in this case study, the customer want to have 3 different stores because they do not want the number to mix together. For example, if you have accounting, if you create one company with 3 sections, all the numbers, all the revenue will go to one accounting apps. But in here, I created 3 companies, so the number will go to the corresponding company, so without mixing the revenue together.
Okay.
But your question is, can we do it like one company and with 3 or 4 sessions of POS? Yes, the answer is yes. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so for the customization part, also we can help our clients to do the customization on the POS receipt, like adding some header, footer, put inside your company logo, things like that. And also if the product informations, which is you want to add some more product information, we also can use Odoo Studio, which is the app right here. You can use the Odoo Studio to help you to drag some new field in the product template, and then you can use that as an information or reference. Okay, lastly, for the setup of POS and IoT box, we help them to set up the IoT box with the POS in their store. So I can't show you right here because I don't have so many hardware in the office, but for the IoT box setup, basically in the IoT box, you just have to connect your IoT box to your router or Wi-Fi in your store, and you can connect your IoT box to your for example, barcode scanner, cash drawer, or the receipt printer.
So all the hardware.
Yeah, all the hardware. So those information you can find it on Odoo as well. So in here, there's a Odoo documentations about the IoT box. So in here they already show you how to connect to the IoT box to your database, how to flashing your SD card and insert to the IoT box, any troubleshoots like IoT box not found, and how to use the IoT box for POS, things like that. Okay. When I click in on one of the configuration, you already see like you can install the IoT box app, and then how you're gonna connect them together. And here is how you get the token put inside your IoT box. Yeah, basically it's everything about the connection and the setup of the IoT box. We have Wi-Fi connection as well, like things like that. It's quite simple. Okay. Yep. So after we set up like everything, like I mentioned just now, we have an UAT testings for customer to test out the whole workflow. For example, like how people go inside the restaurant to sit down to order a meal, or people they can like buy and just take away, or they just at like a retail store and pick up something and pay at the counter. And if everything it worked fine, it will go to the production. But like for example, some of our clients only found out they need some customization during the UAT. We also can help them to customize the system, like add some functions like features they need. Okay. So after all the testing, they can really start using Odoo, which is step 4. Okay, so start using Odoo, and first of them is the user management. So in Odoo, you can create a few user in the systems. So for example, I have free store. I can create free users. One of them, one of each, they can manage their individual store. Or maybe you can buy more user and create more user. For example, you have a store manager, you have the store employee, things like that. And also we can help them to do the access right. For example, like the normal employee cannot change the price, only manager can do the discount, things like that. So this is the user management part. Okay. So the second one is the retail shop operation process. So in the process, they, like I mentioned just now, already show you the inventory report and product sales. Okay, I think I can demo like how to create an POS order here. So first, in this interface, you have to choose your own retail store. I already have one like POS bar here, and I can click on this POS point of sales app and resume my sessions. So in here, first I'm gonna do like for the retail store first. So actually it's just a counter, you click it here. You can already see I have some of the product like chicken wings, chips, red wine, and the beer right here. So for example, the customer want to order a beer, you can just click here. Like maybe they want to buy like, for example, like takeaway, okay. Or just retail, they just pick up 2 beer in your counter, and you can just click here, beer, and then if you can make the payment by clicking this payment button. And in here for the payment method, I've set up like cash, and credit card, and Apple Pay. And of course, you can add more payment method if you want. In here, I'm gonna just show you like how to pay in cash. I just press the cash, and I press $60, and just validate. So in here is a simple receipt. If you have the receipt printer, it will automatically print out the receipt for you. You can already see this logo is like Odoo. You can put in your company logo in here. They have some of your company information, for example, like info@posbar.com, your website, and some headline like welcome to Odoo.
So to add this information, is it also done in this POS app or?
Yeah, you can change this kind of stuff. Like the simple one is the logo, the website, the headline here, and but in here for the detail of the payment, it need to done by the functional consultants in the customization part.
Okay.
Okay, for example, this footer, you can also do it in your POS settings. It's really easy. Okay, after that you finish the order, you can start like taking next order by pressing the counter here. But for this time, we're gonna do something like a restaurant. So you have a walk-in customers.
Yeah.
So the walk-in customer, you can see here there's table 1. In below table 1, you can see this 2, which means this table can fill with 2 customers.
Okay.
Okay, when you click inside, the customers sit in your restaurant already. They're gonna place some order. I want a red wine, for example, this thing. You can just press here and then place that order. And if you go back to the floor, the floor 1 is I name it. This is your company floor 1, and you have 3 tables here. And then in the table 1, you already see the gray area. Like we have 2 seats in this table. One of them is occupied.
Okay.
Yeah, this diagram is gonna show you how it is occupied or no.
Okay.
For example, if you have like 2 guests in this table, you can just select here and you go to here. You say 2 guests. When you go back to your floor plan, and then you already see this is filled. Yeah, this box is shaded already, and with 1 order here.
Okay, so for example,
Yeah.
if you go into the table and then actually I made a wrong order for my customer, so I just deselect the item.
Yeah, you can just remove the item from here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really simple.
Okay.
And also you can see when I go back to the floor and the order will still keep it here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay. So for the restaurant, we have this button right here to print the bill. So when the customer want to check the bill, you can click here to print the bill for them to pay. And then after that, they give you the money, and then you can make the payment.
Okay.
From here. Is very similar to the flow just now, just that we print a bill for customer to check.
Okay.
For example, like credit card, I pay by credit card this time, 250. Okay, it's just like what we did just now. Okay.
And the table now is clear.
Yeah, the table now is clear already.
Okay.
Okay, we can go to the next part, which is the product list update. Like for example, in many cases, you have to add your own product in the systems. It's really simple as well. So for example,
and also, sorry. So also there is one viewers asking how easy is it to update the pricing of different products and add products. So we are now going to illustrate it.
Okay, so now we're gonna just stop this POS session first.
Okay.
So you already see some of my chicken wings product just now, and I just simply go to the product itself and go to product.
So it also done in the POS app.
Yeah, it also done in the POS app. this you can create product in two ways. One of them is importations. The other one is create one by one. So if you only want to add one or two product, it's very easy to do it manually compared to the importation. For example, I want to create one of the product. So I'm gonna do create. So give me a name of the product. Apple.
Apple in wine shop.
White
Apple
wine.
cider.
White wine.
Okay.
Okay, white wine. Okay, so in the white wine, we're gonna do it. So for the prototype, we're gonna select the storable product. In here, when we select the storable product, we can keep track on the product on hands, things like that. Okay. So I'm gonna put it. Okay, just storable product, and I'm gonna give it like $300 for the wine. And for the point, I can save it first. And the point of sales, I want to put it inside the drink sessions.
Where do you make this category?
It's inside the point of sales.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. In this product category, you can just go to configurations.
Okay.
You can go to POS product categories. So you can create your own category. And then I'm gonna show you how you use it in the POS as well. Okay, so let's go back to our POS sessions. Let's see if it appears on the POS sessions. Present the counter is so in here you can see the white wine already created here. You can make your order for the white wine already. So it's very simple. You also can upload your image for the white wine in the product template. Just now we created, but we don't have an image right now. So let's just put it empty. Okay, and then for the product category, Trista just asked me. In here you can see I divided two product category. One of them is drinks, and the other one is food. Okay, so when I click on drink, it will filter out all the drinks, and also when we click on food, we will filter out the food. So you can divide them into your product category, and then when we place the order, it's even faster. Yeah, in here also they have a search right here. I think you can search your product by your product names. It's really simple. Okay. Okay, last thing I'm gonna talk about is actually we can for example counter, we usually use the barcode.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Just to interrupt. So before we going into the barcode, I just want to ask one more question. Is how to edit the existing product? Like I want to change the price, or how to change the price of an existing product.
An existing product, you want to change the price. For example, on these products, if you want to change the price of the red wine here, you can just go to the product and just edit. Okay. Maybe you can change the sales price to $200.
Okay, so it's also very easy.
It's already easy, yeah. Okay, you can see the sales. You can just change it here. Yes, it's very easy.
Yeah, I
okay.
see. Cool.
So the next one we're gonna talk about is the barcode, and then the barcode I just fill in two items with the barcode. The first one is this red wine. I put the barcode is like free. I just give a random barcode for this white wine. Actually, you can input it yourself right here. And the other thing I put in the barcode is the beer. Okay, when you try to print out the barcode for your product, you can change the field to the list field and select beer, and the other one is the red wine, and you can just print it, print the barcode. And after you print the barcode, you will have the PDF just like mine. Like here, they have, so Odoo will generate a tag like you have the name, you have the price, you have the barcode. So this is the the barcode with the old price. Let me print another one. Product label. Oops. Sorry, I should print it in PDF. Okay. So you select your items. You just print the barcode right here. Okay, I just print out the barcode for the beer and the wine, and how we gonna use this barcode in our POS systems. So I have this barcode machine with me that is connected to my computer right now, and let's go back to the POS sessions. Okay, for example, a customer came to the counter and they bring like a beer or a red wine. So I printed out this barcode right here, so I can just use this barcode scanner to scan the product label on the product itself. So when I scan it, it will just appear in the POS. For example, I brought like 4 units of beer and 1 red wine. Yep, you can just scan the barcode. It's really easy. And next, you can just click on the payment button, and I'm gonna do it like cash and validate. So I already have a receipt saying that I bought something from the store, so like $320. Yep, that's pretty much about the POS things. It's really convenient and easy. Okay, for this, so let me go back to the previous step. So I think you guys are interested in the inventory report as well. So in the POS right here, when you go back to the inventory apps, you can see the inventory report right here. So you can see all the inventory just right here. When you already sold some of the product, it will deduct the quantity on hand right here. So you can really easy to keep track your inventory inside the system using this inventory report. And if you open it up, you can also see the detail of the inventory. For example, you have the B right here. Where's the locations? If you have a small warehouse, you can just create like 1 location for all the product. If you have a bigger warehouse, you can create multiple locations. So for this one, it's really easy. And for the sales report, Odoo is different from other POS systems. We connect to the cloud, the internet. So for example, I am the boss and I'm not always in the store. I want to know the revenue of the store instantly. I do not have to call my store manager to ask how much I earned today. Actually, when we go back, if I pretend I'm the boss, okay? And then I just log into the Odoo systems from anywhere with internet access, and then I just go back to the point of sales. I can click on order. I can click on the orders. So I already see some of the order of my record. So for example, this one is the latest. Now is 11th of May. So this order is from today. You can already see like $320. We make this transaction just now, and below of the order is just the previous order. Like I did some testing last week, so I can see some of the order is made on like 7th of May, 9th of May. So if you think this field is a little bit difficult to see, you can group by the order date and the day, okay? So in here, I have some order for 11th May, 8th of May, 7th of May, and here the total is the revenue I made in the day itself, okay? For example, we already did some transactions just now, so I can just open it up. So I can see in this shop, I have like 3 order from like around 11 from the store opening until 11:41. I have 3 order, and I already make a revenue of $630. So the boss don't have to wait until the end of the day to see the revenue. They can just they can just open the internet and accessing Odoo to get the information about their sales instantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So going back to the inventory checking.
Okay.
So is it real time? The updates of the numbers, is it real time?
Yeah, it's real time. Once in the POS sessions, once you validate your order, it's automatically deducted from the inventories, so it's instant.
So say if you are if you're selling a lot of beers and then the stock is like out of stock, will it know it? So the system will kind of alert you that okay, you are running out of beer. Will you know that, or you will only know that by it hitting to zero, or you can know it beforehand?
I think in Odoo there's if you have the purchase app, like purchase and sales app, you can have an reordering rules. So when the product is lower than zero, it will create a purchase order to refill the stock. And the other thing is actually you can log in the inventory. Here report, you can already see how much stock do you have right now.
Okay.
Yeah, because we are doing the retail and people just take the item, go to your counter. So we do not have the limit for the inventory. For example, your inventory counting. So you pretending you have like 10 beer in your inventory. So the number is 10, and one of the customer take 20 beer to the counter. If we limit to the 10, the customer cannot make the payment of the 20 beer. So we do not have the limitations for we do not have the constraint to limitate the inventory and the beer. I mean the stock when making the payment on the counter.
Okay. So you can actually have an overview of the inventory, but if you really want to have restock before it out of stock, maybe you have to use the POS system also with inventory and also with purchase app, so you can reorder the product before it's too late.
Yes. Right. Yeah. Also in the purchase app, they will alert you if they create an purchase order, so you can remind yourself to purchase the inventories before we're running out.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so is it like the end of our demo?
I think yes.
We
still
have lots of questions.
We have a few slides.
Okay, but we have a lot of questions.
Okay, so that's pretty much it. So we go to the summary of the case study. So we go through from the understanding to the setup to the go live. The duration usually take 3 to 4 months. Okay. So it really depends on the client. If the client like really active, we can do it faster. Yeah. So if the client, then the deadline is a bit far away, so we can do it
slowly. Maybe they will.
They will try to do it slowly and try to do it more accurately.
Okay.
Okay. So the achievement for this case study. So is with Odoo, it is easy to use. So they integrate your POS system with your inventories, and then you can easily oversee the operation for the 3 branches in one systems. Which I already do a demo just now. So also the instant sales reports that you can see the payment like instantly, like from anywhere with internet access. And the lastly is the customized receipt to align with the brand positions. For example, if you need a fancy POS receipt, we can help you to do the customizations.
Yeah, because in this case, the customer want a A5 size paper as a receipt. So normally in our POS system, it will print out as a A4. So it needs a customization for it, right?
Yeah, and also for this customer, they are selling like expensive wine. Some of them they have like warranty. I'm not sure if the wines taste really bad, they can just take the receipt back and return the wine or for exchange, things like that. So they want to have a more fancy receipt. Yeah. Like Trista said just now, we print out A5. And instead of just normal
paper, A4 paper.
Normal A4 paper or normal like the tickets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't know how to say that. Anyway.
Yeah, the POS tickets maybe. Okay. So
Okay, questions. So sorry, we are now heading to the Q&A session finally. So let's ask, how easy or hard is it to customize database fields for custom lists? So for example, have to add insurance company and government registration information for each customer. So is it possible to add the information for each customer?
Okay. Let me see how to customize. Actually, for customization of the database, we have the app called the Odoo Studio. With Odoo Studio, when you open the Odoo Studio, you can just drag and drop the field you want.
Okay.
For example, I open a customer page. I want to have the government registration information for these customers. You can just open your studio and then you can just drag a field to the form. And once you drag it, you save it, the field is already there. So you can input your information on the form itself. Yep.
Okay.
So once you create the field on the form, so all the customer will have that field already. So you do not have to create like for every single customers. It's just a template, the customer template.
So it actually requires customization, and through we have to do the customization in Odoo Studio. So with Odoo Studio, it is actually quite easy to do, right?
Yes, normal customer can do that by themselves.
Yeah,
it's just a drag and drop without any coding or things like that.
Yeah, just the Odoo Studio is the prerequisite for it. Okay, so Freddy Filia 19 asking how easy is it to create a member? So membership, a loyal customer.
Okay,
the customer?
The customers itself, actually in the POS sessions, so in the POS sessions, you also can create the customer on the fly. There's two ways to create the customers. So the first way is to go to your POS app and go to the customer right here. So I already have a few customer like Francis, myself, and Tom and Chris. Okay, they are our customers. So in the POS sessions, let me go back to the POS sessions. Okay. So for example, here you can see a customer button right here. So when you click on it, you have some of the people on the customer list. So one of them is Tom, the other one is Chris. So they're already inside the customer list. And then if you want to search the customer, you can just search by like Tom. You can already search Tom right here. So it's really easy. And then if you want to create a customer on the fly, you can click on this plus button and input your customer information, and then it will save to the database and also the POS session itself. So inside the POS app. Yeah, so it's really easy to create a customers. Okay,
so using the POS app to create a new customer and also assign a different loyalty grading for them, right?
For the loyalty one, in the settings we have a loyalty point settings. So you just have to go to the settings and then you just turn on the option for the loyalty points.
I
think in the documentations it's already mentioned in our. Yeah, the documentation is more clear about the loyalty thing. Loyalty, let me search if I can have the loyalty. Also, in here there's a loyalty program. When you turn it on, and then you can already have some of the loyalties like reward sample or things like that. Okay, so in here they say I have to close the session before I turn on these functions. Okay, because my POS is still running, so I cannot suddenly turn on my loyalty points. So I have to close it first. So I think basically it's just turning on a settings and you can play it around.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's easy. So the next question is from Adrian. So is it possible and easy to define bundle like get 5 any colors for the price of 4? And yeah. So For example, if they have a promotion in their retail business, and the promotion is based on color or different kinds of products, like for example, buy five any colors for the price of 4, and then keep everything in track. Is it possible to do it? Like make the promotion.
We have promotion like we say just now for the rewarding. Like we have some membership point to use the point to have discount. You can use the point to have free product, and also we can also create a barcode to have the discount.
Oh, yeah. So for example, say buy 3 red wines, we give you buy 3 red wines and 1 free white wine. So for example, I'm having a promotion like this, and then I just do it by doing a barcode and then scan it in the POS system.
You can use a special barcode you create for these promotions, and every time you have like 5 color, you just have to scan that barcode and get the discount. Like because we usually have like we use discount for product, we can have a global discounts. But if you make something like very special promotions, I think it can need to be done by customization or developments.
Okay, so if I have to make this barcode for this promotion, I need to do it by customization, or
you have to set it like because the promotion is a little bit complicated to set up. So you can read the documentations on Odoo. There's a lot of useful information about setting up the discount, setting up rewarding point, setting up a barcode or promotion, things like that. Yeah.
Okay. And so in this case, every color can be tracked. Yes.
Yes.
So another question is, okay, this answered.
And we also really strongly encourage you guys to just create a database on our Odoo website, which is free, so you can just play it around. And if you don't know how, if you mess up a database, you can just create another one, because they are all just testing database.
Okay, so Yandy is asking, can I change the receipt template by default, or is it custom? We can do it by default, but something that is more complicated, like the paper size and other information, you have to do it custom by customization, right?
For the receipt itself, so like I mentioned just now, we have some company informations like emails, company websites, company logo, and some of the thing on the receipt. In the settings right here, you can go to the receipt header and footer. You can have like, I put it like welcome Odoo, like at the footer I can put it like see you again, something like that. This can be customized. Just input your text right here, but if you want something like more complicated customization, it will need the functional consultant to help you to do it in the back end of the systems.
Okay, so Museum is asking, for example, my company is issuing some voucher, and people come to purchase something with this voucher.
Okay.
So, how to redeem it?
For the redeem the voucher, is part of the promotion program. And once you turn on the promotion program, you have to select like which bar. So in the voucher, it should have a barcode on the voucher. And once you scan the barcode, you can redeem a price, for example, like $5 discounts. So in the promotion program, we set up a barcode. Behind the barcode, it says like deduct $5 from your order. So after that, you can distribute your barcode to your customers. So the next time they use the barcode, you just scan it on the POS machine, and then it will deduct $5. It's basically it's just the promotions. Yes, part of the promotion schemes.
Part of the promotion. Okay, let's see. This answered. This also answered. This also. How to return product in POS?
So for the return product, There's two ways to do a return product. For the first one, you can actually put a negative stock on the POS, and then in the inventory it will like add one stock to your POS sessions. The other way is to open your order. Okay, so in the order here, you already have a return product here. So once you click on return, it will create an order saying that this red wine is have -1 quantity and the unit price right here. So when you click on it, it will create another order for returning the products.
Okay. Is it possible to differentiate vendors in the same POS? Differentiate vendors. I think yes, we can set up different vendors, right?
It's possible to differentiate vendor in the same POS. For the differentiate vendor, in the POS app, I think it's only serve the customers. So if you want to differentiate vendor and customers, you have to install another app called the Contacts, which is free. In the Contacts app, you can manage your customer and vendor over there. So because the POS session is just for the customers, we are not get in touch with the supplier at all. So installing a Contact app is more relevant to the questions. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So thank you for all of your questions, but since we are running out of time and this is already the end of the webinar, so actually, since Francis is our functional consultant, and I'm really sorry that we cannot disclose his email here. So if you have any questions, you can schedule a free call with our business analysis. And I hope this webinar really helped. And I see all of your questions. So if you want a answer of it, you can just talk to our business analysis. So thank you of you for coming here, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.